The loneliest place there is on earth is in your own bed at night when you can't sleep. Your mind takes over. You run through all the worst case scenarios. You think about all the things that could go wrong and that have gone wrong, and you feel powerless, alone, scared, and like nothing is changing. If something, it's only getting worse. This is a scenario that I have lived so many years. In fact, I had never slept through a night until I was in my late 30s. That's how bad it was. I tried all the medicines, I took all the baths, I did all the things that you're supposed to do. No screen time, read before bed, relax, take the fucking magnesium. Oh, did I chew magnesium? And still nothing. And if you are anything like me, then this video is for you because I want you to fall asleep. In fact, there is few things that I would want more for you. If there was a formula that worked for every single person, then we would have figured it out by now. Actually, there is a formula that works, but it is not mainstream yet. And that formula is mind training, because I think you can agree with me that when you are unable to sleep, you do not lie in bed in complete peace, pondering all the beautiful things that are going on in your life, loving it. No, you're doing the opposite. You're there in bed, in agony, staring at that ceiling, wondering why you can't sleep. And the weirdest ideas, the craziest thoughts enter your mind like tiny little terrorists, and they keep you busy all night long. That's what is going on when you try to sleep. So that only shows that your mind, our minds, are not happy places to be, which is why we can't sleep. When you start to unpack what is going on inside your mind, and when you truly understand what is keeping you awake at night, then you can change that. If you have been taking sleeping pills for many years, you probably know what it's like to wake up in the morning after sleeping because of those pills, feeling groggy and unfocused. That's at least how it was for me. And there's nothing wrong with taking those pills, apart from the fact that you probably don't feel like the best version of yourself when you're doing that. And there is always a different way. But the solution to your sleeping problem is not going to arrive or appear in a week or two. Mind you, sometimes that happens, but you have trained yourself into the thought patterns that you're in right now throughout your life, not just in a week or a month or a year, and therefore it takes a while before you start to unravel those thought patterns and also the underlying beliefs. Because if you're not sleeping, then with 100% certainty, there is a belief behind that which tells you that you can't sleep. That is not a fact. That is a belief. Big difference between the two, apart from the fact that you also believe that it is a fact, and whatever you think is a fact can't be changed precisely because you believe in its validity and in its certainty. But a fact is just an opinion. I'm not gonna go down that route because I'm gonna have people in the comment section telling me that facts are facts. My intention with this video is to get you to sleep. So if you want to look at life in a different way, then I suggest that you observe the thoughts that you think, because you will find that they are creating the perfect blueprint for why you are not sleeping. And that's great news, because whatever is in your mind can be changed. Why? Because you have the power to think good thoughts and bad thoughts, positive thoughts and negative thoughts, thoughts that help you get to the things that you desire, and thoughts that do the opposite. So now is the time to start making better choices. No, I don't mean taking another pill. No, I don't mean taking another bath. No, I don't mean reducing your screen time. I mean that you figure out what is on your mind and why that is making you anxious. Because it is that anxiety that creeps up on you just as you go to bed that will keep you up at night. And when you wake up in the middle of the night, the same story reappears as if it had never stopped. And then it's like you press play on the same record and you keep listening to the same garbage that was there a few hours ago. And that is the reason why you can't sleep. And then you develop a couple of coping mechanisms around that. Perhaps you listen to music. Perhaps you try to meditate. Perhaps you try to read a bit. The intention behind those things are right because you just want to fall asleep. But if you're not sleeping and you're doing things when you're awake, and you're still training yourself into that behavior, which is the opposite of sleep, which is what you ultimately want. Every other week, somebody writes a post inside my community about them finally sleeping. Sometimes it comes out of the blue, just like that. They notice that that is the first sign of their mind training. And other times, the sleep wasn't really the primary problem, and yet that is what is resolved first. A few weeks ago, one of my members slept through the night for the first time in years, 8 hours straight. And she wasn't that surprised because she has been doing mind training for a while. And even if she was actually focusing on another problem that she is solving, the sleep resolved itself first. Why? Because sleep is essential and you won't function the way you should function unless you find a way to sleep. And that is my hope for you too. And if you want a bunch of great examples of how people are learning to sleep and training their minds into that, then I'll leave a link down below to my Mind Training Bible. It's free. 85 pages of gold showing you exactly how you too can change your mind so that you eventually fall asleep and sleep through the night. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it if it was helpful, and I'm sending you so much love as always.